tell us a little bit about exactly, what is under the hood when we say climate change is affecting.
Sure. Well, climate change, maybe climate extremes would be a really big problem. So, the norm and the amount of precipitation, for example, and actually heat, it does change how we haven't designed our systems, and we haven't adapted yet as a society to what those extremes are. So, for example, if you have more flooding, for example, you might design an acceptable bridge, or might be designed to a 1 in 100 year flood, where now that flooding event might occur every 10 years, right? So it's much more frequent. Or floodplains. People were, let's say, historically in places that I've lived, allowed to build homes in somewhere that might have a 1 in 100 year flood. But now if that happens every 10 years, that becomes much harder to manage. And we need a lot of infrastructure to deal with that. And also there could be more emergency services required associated with that. A big one, I said earlier, is in terms of dams, and let's say how to manage a dam. So a dam for water, sometimes if you want a dam, you might want it for flood control. So if it's for flood control, you want the dam empty. But if it's for water, for drinking water, you always want it full. You want that water. So that's inherently a conflict in terms of where it is. And then projecting that what the weather's going to be like in the foreseeable future, such that you can adequately manage that water level, becomes a challenge. If there's an extreme, if you have it near full and you're thinking historically it's not going to rain that much, but then there's an extreme event come through, and then there's overtopping of a dam potential failure. Those would be all sort of issues that we would have to deal with.